Hello, much to my surprise, my blog yesterday to my dear friend Sue was more widely distributed by my wife. Thank you, Jane. And some of you quite liked it, especially the tulips. What I found is that most of the people who seem to have liked my blog were blonde, which reminds me of when I was young, because I used to go out with a lot of blondes, but they all left me. So then I made a disastrous mistake, and married a redhead. So after that I stuck to brunettes, hence Jane. However, this tulip, this beautiful tulip, and they all come from Sarah Raven, by the way, is called Green Mile. And I really like it for the sharpness and focus of the colours. And this one, which you see here, is a slightly different name, of course. It's called a spring green. And I love to compare and contrast the vividness of the colours here with that of the yellow. The ones beyond are more traditional, although this one, which is now dying away, I don't know about you, but a lot of my flowers are coming up earlier than usual. This flower, this deep red, almost magenta flower in the foreground, is called Chato, and it's a most unusual tulip. It actually looks a little bit like a flare type of flower in practice, but as I say, it came up a bit earlier this year. So Jane felt I forgot a couple of things yesterday, so I thought I'd take you back across my garden and show you something which was a big surprise for me, but has kept going for years and years, for reasons you'll see in just a minute. This is a variegated hosta. I stuck it in this big pot years ago, and it just comes up year after year. I covered it up in the winter. You can see the pot is disintegrating. It was sold to me by an Italian who promised me that it was frost-free, but of course over the years it's turned out not to be. But it is such a beautiful hosta, and so reliable, and again it gives you that freshness, which I like so much. So Jane then insisted I drag you right across the garden past my fountain, which was bought from the same person I bought the pot from, but at least it's still going strong, and go back to the point I made just now, which is everything's coming out so early. And here are some of my climbing roses, which I wouldn't normally expect to see until June. But there you go. Hey, the weather is glorious, and we might as well enjoy it while we can in these difficult times. A little later, when I get a chance, Sue, John, Jane and I went to the Hampton Court Flower Show last year, and then later I went to Wisley on my own one day. It's a September show, and I think much better than Chelsea and Hampton Court, because it's less crowded. And here you can see, these are onions, or alliums as they're called, and I couldn't resist buying some last year, and I've got quite a few of them in the garden. So hopefully when they come out, some of them are called giganteum, so God knows how big they're going to be. But anyway, it's fun. You never know what's going to happen in the garden. So that's the end of the blog for today. Maybe talk to you another day. Bye.